2007. This is Cheri from Nouveau Riche.
Hi, how are you?
Aloha.
Aloha.
Cheri is from Los Angeles, and we're going to learn a lot about Cheri here, but most important, she is the regional, what do we call you?
I'm the, what do I call myself?
In Nouveau Riche.
I'm the Independent National Senior Advisor for Nouveau Riche University.
The Independent National Senior Advisor. What that means in terms is she's in charge of Hawaii and California and other areas for Nouveau Riche University, which we're going to learn about. You saw me on probably a little while ago with Bob Snyder, who's our co-founder of Nouveau Riche University.
That's right.
And we also were on with Airielle and Brent Reagan. Brent actually came here and helped you kind of open this territory. We are so lucky to have Cheri here. Cheri, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Not only here on the show, but here on the island. We had an intensive, so we're doing this before we have it, but let's share what it is. It's basically a day of education. Nouveau Riche University may be a new concept to all of you. I'd like to see if Cheri can give us an idea what it is, but first I think she has done this so many times. I think she should tell you a little bit about herself and how she got involved, and probably through that you'll tell us what it was, because as I understand, you were just like any of us looking for an opportunity and happened upon a meeting.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Jason.
You know, we just snapped our fingers and we moved sets. The wind decided to come up and be a tornado. You know, we don't have wind around here like this all the time. It came special for you.
Thank you.
Kona winds. You know, yesterday Cheri used an expression that really grabbed me. And we'll get back to your story. You said, when there's a fire, people will drive to see you burn. How does that go? How does that go?
When you're on fire in life, people will drive for miles to watch you burn.
Well, you know, that expression really grabbed me. And I think that we'll go back to Cheri's story because that says it all. People here are on fire. That's the reason.
That's right.
that Cheri is here on Maui, because in just a few short months, people here are starting to hear a buzz. And I thought we should give Cheri a chance to come and talk with us. Really, thank you for joining us here.
Thank you, Jason.
So tell us your story. How did this all start for you?
Well, it started 4 years ago. I was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I was in financial planning, and ironically, I was broke, living in an apartment, trying to give people financial advice, and there's irony in that, I understand. But I read a little purple book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And as you guys know, the Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the book, grew up in Hawaii. So I feel like I'm coming back to his homeland. But that's the book that ended up changing my entire world. And it led me to a company called Nouveau Riche University. And this Nouveau Riche University is an educational company that teaches people how to transition from middle class to rich using real estate investing, the power of building a portfolio of assets that create cash, that has appreciation, equity, and makes people, quite frankly, a whole lot of money. So I decided to become a student at the university and get educated, and that was 4 years ago, and my life is 100% different today.
Well, you know, that's the condensed Reader's Digest version. We've heard all kinds of different parts, like the fact that you were accumulating property and that you've made untold dollars. I mean, literally millions of dollars, and have acquired millions of dollars of property, you know, just a couple short years, and you're still a mere youth. You know, I'm in my 50s, and there are a lot of people that kind of get on in the years and they realize, hey, what have I done to accumulate in my life? You have such a blessing in that you're younger and have years to go. I know a lot of our audience here probably would like to know, what is Nouveau Riche University?
We really have a powerful message, and the reason that I came over here to the islands for this trip was really to help find a way to help people. We have a mission in our company called Pay It Forward, and this is really about building a community of people that are working synergistically together to help people out of the proverbial rat race of having a job where they have to get up and go to work and come home and pay bills and have a 30 or 40-year cycle of that. So we've found a way to help people out of the rat race much faster and sooner in life by creating wealth and real estate investing. And Nouveau Riche University is the company that does that. So if you don't mind, I'll share a little bit about what Nouveau Riche University focuses on, what makes us unique and special, and why we're having so many people from from 20 years old to on up until grayed hair, having tremendous success, so there's hope. Jason. Nouveau Riche University focuses on 4 things. They use the name, the acronym EPIC to describe what we do as a company. So the E stands for education. We're an education-based company teaching exactly like a traditional college or university, educate investing principles. When I went to college, nobody ever offered me the chance to major in real estate investing. And yet 3 out of 4 millionaires across America made their money or hold it in real estate. So we're the first university program ever to offer education. And our educational component is so valuable. We're not like a traditional boot camp seminar company that comes through town and gets you to come down and buy a whole bunch of stuff. We're an actual education university with faculty members that are real estate investors or real estate attorneys or real estate CPAs, and have all the specialties to teach and educate people with that topic to really empower them. Our education is so popular and so complete that the American Council on Education awarded us, the first company ever, a credit recommendation. So now students of all backgrounds, and you don't need to have gone to a traditional college. If you even finished high school, it doesn't matter. If you attend our university program, you can actually receive college credit, but more importantly, you can gain the right type of education for real estate investing. So the educational part is unbelievable. I haven't seen anything else like it across the United States. That everything pales in comparison from our studies. But secondly, the next component in the EPIC acronym is P for property. You know, at the end of the day, when people invest into their education, they want results. They want to own properties. They want their net worth to increase. They want to have hope. And the traditional middle-class America is investing in 401k plans and Roth IRAs. And it's not that those things are necessarily bad. It's just they're not enough. Today's 65-year-olds, 95% of them are ending up broke or still working. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Only 4% are financially independent, and that means to the government that you can survive on less than $40,000 a year. So it doesn't leave you much of a lifestyle.
What do you think? That's not right to you?
It's not right. And that only leaves 1% wealthy. So what we're trying to do is help more people get into the 1% club of creating wealth. And again, you don't need a special background to be able to do it. You just need the desire to do it. So we have a service that we created that would actually help more and more people gain access to properties, because we know they're busy, they're working, out of time, and need a little bit of help. So we created a service called the Investor Concierge, which now what we do is nationwide. We go across the entire United States looking for the best real estate deals. We buy them below market value, so they're wholesale, they have built-in equity. We help find the tenants, we help arrange all the financing, and it can literally be as simple as logging onto the internet 24 hours a day, clicking your computer mouse, and buying a house.
Isn't that amazing?
That's right. So we have so many people that are picking up properties in their first 60 to 90 days with our company. And again, 20 years old to 80 years old, buying property for the very first time in their life, simply through a web portal that we own exclusively for the students in our program. So that for me is what changed my life, because my first 3 properties I bought with the help of this company. And after having some success, I gained the confidence coupled with the education to actually go out and become a successful real estate investor from that point forward. So that's our very powerful message that we had to share with the people here on the islands this weekend. There's 2 more components that make our company very unique. We've talked about education, we've talked about properties. I want to talk to you about income. You know, we say cash is what?
King.
King. Cash is king, or queen. The point is, we all love to have cash, and our company has an amazing cash opportunity attached to it that really empowers our students who invest into their education to help us with our company's expansion program and receive a scholarship monies where their entire education can become free, and also put a lot of money into their pocket that they can use that and turn around and invest in real estate. So the cash component in our company is really phenomenal. Obviously, if that's of interest to you, we'll get you a lot more information. But we have some people that'll make upwards of $20 or $30 or $50 or even $100,000 a month.
Catch that? Per month? Per
month with this program. So that is clearly life-changing.
Well, you know, the last of the units, EPIC. The C is the community.
That's right.
That what really got me. When I went to an intensive in Los Angeles, and when I saw the kind of positive energy between the people that were in your team in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
it really made an impact. Plus the teachers were just so dynamic, and it was very clear they weren't just teachers, they were actually active investors. Excuse me, Airielle, stop. Airielle, you have to move away with the phone because it's making an effect. I'm sorry. It makes the sound on the... What I really liked was the fact that the community was so rich. You had such a powerful team, and they were all working together. There were probably 600 or 700 people in the room.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
I felt special from every one of them, and I felt that they were treating each other with such love and respect. I don't know, it was really very, very special. And the teachers that not only were teaching, but it was clear Mark Kohler not only taught about taxes and legal, that's what he did for a living every day. So
That's right.
when he was teaching, it was from experience.
That's right.
Or Craig Cottrell talking about the financing. Or Nancy Dana talking about different investment vehicles and how to go about it. These were people that were doing it. And they were so available and approachable, and the people in your group were just really warm. It made me want to be part of it.
Absolutely. You know, the community is the glue that sticks us all together. So there's really two dynamics of the Nouveau Riche community that really makes it work and work really well for people. The first dynamic is, of course, the company has a number of supporting elements to it to help you achieve your results of a real estate investor. You have the university that teaches the education. You have the investor concierge service that helps you with the property. Did you also know that we have our own credit repair company? So for people who have less than fortunate credit, we can help turn their credit around so that they can become a real estate investor too and stop being a renter. We also have a tax company, because there's so many tax advantages that a real estate investor is entitled to that your average employee is not. So now you're saving up to thousands of dollars a year in your taxes, and that's money that you can use in your real estate investing portfolio. We also have a legal services company, so we want to help people protect their net worth and protect themselves and their families and their estates as they get involved in real estate investing, from forming the right entities, LLCs and corporations and whatnot. So we have our attorneys that consult all of our students. And we also own our own mortgage company, because what we found is there are not any companies out there that focus on the real estate investor qualifying for mortgages for investment property. And our mortgage company focuses on that 100%. So we have a lot more results, and we pay a lot less fees because of it.
You know, it's interesting. We're on Maui, you know, and we have a lot of people come here to invest. And so a lot of these mortgage companies around here know about investing, but the people that live here, a lot of the people that live here, not just visit and buy property, they need to learn about real estate and to learn how to use the resources they have and how to become investors in their own community and all across the country. Probably the greatest attraction to me to Nouveau Riche was the fact that I felt it could help our local people get their education up enough to participate, rather than just watch things on the island be purchased and gobbled up by others. They could, in many ways, reclaim their community.
That's right.
And keep their families here.
That's right.
And create wealth from here. That's what really got me. I've just really been excited about that. There's so many of you out here who have asked me, you know, how are we going to be part of what's going on? Our island is being bought up by everyone. Well, you can be part of buying up your own island, if you will, and being part of creating a fabric and a network of real estate to be able to make your life easier when you get older. Around here, they know the word concierge because we have some of the greatest hotels.
That's right, you do. I love the Grand Wailea, for example. But I want to comment on that, Jason, if I can, because the other part of community, besides all of the supporting companies, are the people. And it's the Nouveau Riche University community that really helps us through this process, because I want to share an example. I heard someone say once that there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire. There's only team-made millionaires. Making money is a team sport. And that's exactly what our community is committed to doing. That's why I'm out here on the islands, is to support the local people that are students of the Nouveau Riche University out here on Maui, on Oahu, and on the other islands. As this concept spreads, we're going to help empower people here locally to do exactly what you're talking about, which is to own more of your island, have investment property. It's time for you guys to make the money out here, and we're going to show you how to do it. And this is a community of people helping people. So if you have it in your heart that you want to pay it forward and be part of something great, you know, when you change someone's finances for the rest of their life, you've created a friend for the rest of your life. So that's exactly what we're out here to do, is to grow our community and help more people.
So when you were here in Hawaii, you had a very different experience, right? You were just growing up here.
Yeah.
Didn't you notice that we're already in paradise? So around here, paradise is just, I keep thinking that local people, and I take this truly, know how beautiful and wonderful this place is. I've seen so many of the people have to send their kids to the mainland for work and for things because they can't afford what's going on here. I mean, those statistics that you gave are shocking to me. Did you guys realize that of 100 Americans tracked to age 65, 95 of them are either dead or dead broke?
That's right.
And the other 4 of them are okay at $48,000 a year. Is that it?
40 or less.
40.
Even worse.
Oh God! Now that's after taxes. Now, you work your whole lifetime, and you're like there at the end. Most people around here, they have their houses and they hang on. They pay their bills so they can, and they don't realize that they're locking all their money away, and they're not employing basic concepts of leverage, things that the rich employ. So this education is off the charts.
That's right. You know, if I can comment on that,
absolutely.
Everybody who lives out here really does have a piece of paradise. I mean, all of us on the mainland wish that we lived out here, so it's really a unique thing. I mean, we work really hard on the mainland so we can buy a piece of paradise and come over here and relax, and the people living here already have that 24 hours a day. So what's a shame is when they have to leave the islands for money, to go make more money, to bring home an income. And that's really the opportunity that Nouveau Riche University is extending to people who are able to think a little bit outside the box, who aren't so traditional and are willing to consider multiple opportunities. The Nouveau Riche University program has a phenomenal income source like we were talking about, so that you don't ever leave if you don't want to. And this is a way actually to invite a lot of your children, if you send them to the mainland for jobs, this is a great way to get them back. The opportunity is going to be big, and it's going to explode across the island. So this is a great ground floor opportunity to help more people.
And you know, the funny part is, it's not like this is new. It's just new to us.
That's right.
Here in the islands, we're sort of, when we watch an election, we see who becomes president, and then at the end they go, and Hawaii's votes. Well, you know, this is in a case where we've already had all the testing done by America. Nouveau Riche University is not unknown on the mainland. In fact, I'd say in Los Angeles, from what I saw, it's almost a household word and thing. People know about it. But here, it's in its infancy.
That's right.
Doesn't it feel good to be able to share something that you can share with your friends and neighbors and really enrich their lives? That's, I'm telling you, that's what grabbed me. It's like, here's something that can really make a difference, a social difference. You know, some people around here, we have a very spiritual island. People are much more sensitive about lots of things. And many of them that I've seen would like money, but money's a sensitive subject. Well, money is a great tool, especially when it comes naturally through helping others. It's just kind of grabbed me right from the gut.
You know, I'd love to comment on that, because it was actually my mentor, Robert Kiyosaki, who taught me that. A lot of people get confused and they say money's the root of all evil. And it's not. The scriptures say that the love of money is the root of all evil. And then Rich Dad takes it a step further and says it's really the lack of money that's the root of all evil. And so when we teach these cash flow games that go along with the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, one of the analogies that I ask people is, listen, you got to be able to look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I have the responsibility to be rich? Am I the type of person that deserves to have money? Because more money will make good people better, and more money will make bad people worse. So if you can look in the mirror and say, I'm a good person, and I want to help people when I have more money, then you deserve to actually be a multimillionaire, because God's putting that in your hands to do something with it. And so that's the way that we look at money, and we absolutely feel like your average person is just a great person. They deserve to have that money.
You deserve it, don't you? I know you do. You know what I'd like to do? We have a camera person who happens to be Airielle, who would love to get on and ask Cheri a few questions, because she's just bubbling over from excitement. Because the last time that I went to college, university, she went too, and she kind of suddenly understood what I meant. Because the experience of going to college was the thing that just lit me up and lit me on fire. And when I came back, it just multiplied. Within almost no time, I had 7 properties.
Wow.
I was talking to people that were around me, and they were like, yeah, I'll be with you on that. So I didn't really use any of my own resources at all. All I did was click a mouse, found the deal, found the people. It's just, it's very infectious.
Wow, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'd love to talk to Airielle.
I'm going to snap my fingers through the magic of television. Watch me turn into Airielle. Watch this.
Presto Pufo.
Wow, that was magic.
The magic of television. We love it. It's so good to have you here.
Thank you.
Cheri.
Thank you.
I'm really, really happy that this audience can get to hear all the wonderful things that you have to share, of course. You won't get to hear what she's saying tomorrow, but you get this little piece of it. And so lucky you, because even if you pay attention to those pieces, they can make a big difference in your life.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
For being here. You know, Cheri has really shown a lot of people how to make it happen. She's a really make it happen person. When I describe her as a person with really high energy. She's being very calm here on Maui. I think our Maui air.
It's the spirit of aloha.
But she's really done so incredibly well for herself, you know. And if you could say like one thing to the people of Maui, who's a general public out there, not people who are realtors or investors, but we have a lot of local people that watch our shows. What would you say to them to change their lives, Cheri?
You know, the one thing I would say is have the courage to go for it. If your life is not exactly where you want it financially, your career, your income levels, too many bills at the end of the month, I mean, really, it takes a little bit of guts to go for it. And what you'll find is that the universe will create a way to make it happen. And that's exactly what we're seeing with so many students. So don't be scared. Don't feel like that's for other people. That's not for me, because that's absolutely not true. And we teach people the power of believing in themselves. And if you can't believe in yourself yet, believe in one of us, because we believe in you more. And that's exactly what I want to be able to share, because this isn't for the rich people. Rich people already have their money. This is about unlocking the secrets to help us, the rest of us, transition if we choose to. And that journey is a really awesome and amazing journey. You know, I heard a mentor once tell me, become a millionaire, not for the money, but because of who you will become. And you know, Jason talked about there's a lot of spirituality on the islands and people living by a higher standard. That's great, because the journey of becoming someone that money attracts is a phenomenal growth and personal development process. And that's really what we're committed to helping people go through.
Absolutely. You know, Cheri, I many years ago made a spiritual commitment to assist as many as I could to get to a higher level and to get myself there as well. And I've been doing that for many years. And
Good for you.
Recently, what I see is this whole financial picture is a really large part of that.
Yeah.
And Nouveau Riche for me is the opportunity to assist people to get there financially. And I've fallen in love with that. And I've fallen in love with the people that I've met through this university. They are absolutely amazing people with fantastic hearts, really caring about others and really showing it. And that's so unusual to me, mixed in with the business world.
You know, I'd love to comment on that. I have a sister who has adopted a lot of children from around the world, and she has a Mother Teresa aspect to her, you know.
Good for her.
Really wants to help people. And oftentimes she's campaigning and getting involved politically to try to help bring awareness to her cause. And the one challenge is that you can have a huge heart, but if you don't have money to fund those causes, you're usually just standing in line with a picket.
That's right.
And so really this is about, you know, helping people have the funding resources. It goes beyond just your personal family and your finances. It's about empowering a community of people and getting behind causes that you believe in, and then having the money to fund them and put them on the map. So
I love that. Right on. Well, you know, I also was so excited at school when I took tax strategies. And which is not something I would.
No, it sounds like a boring class.
It was so great.
It's amazing.
It was great, and it just taught you how to take care of your family so incredibly, how to set everything up so that your family is taken care of and protected. And I know how important that is to so many of you, so I just wanted to mention it to you. So there's so many aspects of this, and Jason's waving his little fingers.
I'm waving because I see the sun is creeping in, and just your heads are in the shade. I'm going to stop and move us a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, we're out of the sun. At least you guys won't be blinded again.
Yep.
So please continue.
So we have a story for you coming up. I hear it's called Operation Starfish.
Yeah, so I wanted to share this. I got it from my sister, from the humanitarian efforts that she shares, but when she told me this story, it really impacted me. So I love to share it with the audiences anytime that we have a chance, because it really describes about our mission and who we are and why we're here, and that we're not about the money, we're about helping people, and money comes to it. So the starfish story is about a little boy on the beach, and he's out there on the beach, and there's an older gentleman that's also on the beach painting. And he notices the little boy off in the distance, and he gets curious and approaches him. And as he approaches the little boy, he's noticing that the little boy's picking up starfish and throwing them into the water. And he's curious about that, and so he asks the boy a question, "What are you doing?" And the little boy says, "You know, the tide is out, and these starfish are in the sand. They're going to die if they don't get back into the water." And the old man looks up and down the beach, and the beach was covered in starfish. There was far too many for the little boy to handle. So the older man encouraged the little boy to go along and play, because he's never going to be able to help all those starfish. And the little boy looked up at the man quite a bit baffled, actually. And then he bends down and picks up one more starfish and throws it in the ocean and said, "Well, at least I made a difference to that one." So I'd like to liken that experience, because what you guys are doing, and hopefully the audience and the people that we're out here sending this message to, this is really our way of picking up a starfish and having them have the opportunity to get thrown back in and the life breathed back into them. Because it's amazing when someone has a transformation with their finances that they actually begin to live again.
Absolutely. And I love that story.
Thank you.
It's such a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We've got so many starfish ready to be thrown.
We have a lot of starfish we want to throw in.
And right here on Maui, it's a happening thing. So we encourage you to think about your dreams and what you would like to create in your life. It's very, very important. You can do it. You can do it.
That's right. That's right. The power of dreams is very important. And too often, too many people forget that they have dreams, because life beats them up a little bit and their finances beat them up a little bit, and they stop dreaming. They just start thinking survival. And this is really about dusting off your dreams or recreating some new ones. And if your dreams aren't big enough to make you stretch and grow, you need bigger ones. And so we hopefully can help grow some people's dreams into big realities for them.
Well, I've certainly seen my dreams grow.
Awesome.
And I've also seen that those growing dreams are possible.
That's right.
You know, and by attending the university and seeing everything that really is possible, it's been amazingly enlightening to me, because that hasn't been the focus in my life, as many of you out there know, because I've always introduced healers and things like that to you.
That's right.
This is such a great form of healing. I'm very excited about it.
That's right. You know, I mean, our company's called Nouveau Riche University, but really we're about changing people, changing lives. And so we use the medium of real estate as our way of helping people facilitate that. It's usually the easiest way to be able to accomplish that. So here's to dreaming, Maui. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have joined you guys. Airielle, thank you. Jason, thank you.
And to making your dreams come true.
That's right. Good luck. Best of luck to you in 2007.
Jason's going to come in here and say goodbye.
I'm going to come in here for a second. You know, we need some more help so that we'll have a camera person. You know, today is a very special day. Today's February 1st. And 2007, is that what it is?
That's what it is.
I hope that, you know, your goal of creating 1,000 millionaires, I hope that we get to be a great part of that here.
I hope so too.
Cheri has been so inspirational. We have a gentleman that came to this island, I guess, with your lead, Brent Reagan.
That's right.
Who's been here. And Brent has been a terrific mentor to us. And I know that as we're beginning and just growing, that a lot of people will be coming and wondering whether they missed something that they won't be able to see again. But this is really a continuum. Just because they may have missed the free day of education, this is all the time. We're going to be introducing it all the time to people.
Absolutely. We're definitely planning on offering this type of a venue where people can come and learn compliments of our company, Nouveau Riche University, to be able to enjoy that if you've missed the opportunity. We'd love to invite your students back.
And we are going to get a giant wind screen, so the next time we're here, the wind won't come up and get us.
But it's refreshing. It's not polluted like in LA.
You know, you guys are seeing two people sitting along a white wall, but we're looking out at the beautiful, those are the West Maui Mountains. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, they're beautiful. I'd like to take them home, please.
Oh yeah, well we're going to send up a big order for you. Actually, what we're going to hope is that you'll come back and visit us.
I absolutely will. It's not hard to twist my arm to come here.
We're twisting. She's
okay, I'll be back.
Aloha.
Aloha.
See, you thought the show was over. We can't have, we're like a PS. Now, I just wanted Cheri to relate some of the stories. I can relate some of the stories that are happening to us, but the stories that you tell about people are extraordinary, and I want to let you give a couple of stories. Would you?
Well, yeah, I'll share the successes of a few of the students, and they're happening here in the islands as well, not just California or all over the country, really, but I'll tell three specifically. We have one, a young couple, married, and he's been a firefighter paramedic and working for the last 8 years to get off of the rookie status and finally get there. He was married to a nurse and working very hard. And corporate America is corporate America. And he came across Nouveau Riche University this last summer, got involved in our company, and his fire department got upset with him for attending our university and not being back at the fire department. And so long story short, they threatened to put him back on the rookie status, and instead of going back in there, after 8 years of hard work, he turned in his 2 weeks notice and resigned.
Wow.
Now, a bit scary and a bit of a transition, but I got to tell you, this fireman's on fire. And what you said earlier, when you're on fire, people will drive for miles to watch you burn. And this young man out in Los Angeles, California, has created such a momentum. He's done over a few $100,000 of profit in real estate investing since then, and is making over $30,000 a month, helping our company's expansion program. So that's a fireman who's on fire and you know, still in his 20s, and wow, he can do it. I'll go to the opposite spectrum. You know, we say anyone of all ages and backgrounds can do this. I'm going to talk to you about a woman named Marilyn, who actually was in the 1964 Olympics, won a silver medal in track and field in the 1964 Olympics. She got involved with our company 2 weeks before Labor Day. And she got started in our company. She logged online, very skeptical, very nervous, looked at the investment property that we had, clicked the mouse, bought 2 houses. Both of them ended up being a great deal, tenants in place. One of them paid their rent a year in advance. And she said that her experience with Nouveau Riche University has been more powerful and impactful in her life than winning that silver medal.
Wow.
That was a wow statement for me, because wow, winning a medal does a lot, but what she went on to say is it didn't make her any money. It just was a great thing in her trophy case and a great memory. So that was really special to me. And the last one I'll share is a couple, John and Kesia, who I actually ended up partnering up with, but they came to our program very successful in business from a background perspective, but not from a financial perspective, and they were just having a hard time getting all their bills paid. And you know, they had college degrees and they worked with Tony Robbins and Nike and had a great background. But when they saw our program, they knew that they needed to make a change because they were trapped in that rat race. and they didn't have the money to get started on our program. They actually ended up borrowing it. And scared to death, just like all of us are at some point when we make a transition, scared to death. These guys got started in our program. Within 48 hours had generated $48,000 in income. And last year, in the year 2006, made $1.2 million
Wow.
with this program. And I'm telling you, Jason, we see everything. We see everybody. I mean, when you see that type of an impact,
Oh, yeah.
from the fireman to the silver medalist to a couple who just wanted out of the rat race, this company's unbelievable.
You know, I've seen these people because I've had the good fortune to come to the university now twice. And I want you to know, I wouldn't be sharing it with you guys unless I thought it was something that was worthwhile to really check out. And I hope that all of you will look closely to see that Nouveau Riche University could be something that'll change your life. I know it's changed my life. Meeting you has changed my life.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you for being here and joining us.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank you, Cheri.
Thank you.
Mwah.